DC the beat man.
So epic. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got my man Mark here. Mark, how's everything, boss?
Another day, another dollar. Happy holidays to everyone.
It is a good happy holidays. It should be a good one. Hope you all are having a wonderful time out there with your friends, family, loved ones, all that good stuff. Santa, hopefully he helps you out this year. And hope you have a good New Year's. But we're going to go straight on into the highlights. So, Mark, I wanted to know, bro, like what was your thoughts on the Warriors and Celtics? And remind, and for the folks out there who don't know, or maybe just a little remembrance, the Warriors and Celtics played in this past finals, right? So you think, okay, y'all lose game 6. Tatum didn't have the best performance. So you're thinking, okay, maybe Tatum comes out and dominates. I think that's what everyone's really looking for, wanting to see. And he didn't necessarily dominate. More so, Jaylen Brown actually dominated for you guys. What's your take on this? Is Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum your best player?
Honestly, I feel like it's one of those situations where we got that 1-2 punch where either one can go off. It's one of the things like analogous to having one of those tandem backfields. Okay, we got the Lightning and the Thunder. If the Thunder's not rolling, we still got the Lightning. Either way, it gives potency to our offense. In terms of the Warriors and the Celtics, I'm still sick. I'm still hurt. It hurt my soul, man. It hurt my soul. But one thing we also got to throw in that mix, having that coaching turnover. Celtics was goddamn dead wrong for exposing people business. I didn't but that's a topic for another thing.
I didn't like that one either. But you're saying though, just for clarification again, you said who was your answer again?
I can't give an answer just because it's like
you gotta give one. You gotta give one.
I gotta give one.
You gotta give one.
Man, I gotta say at this stage, due to my own philosophy, that defense wins championships, I gotta give a slight edge to Jaylen Brown. 3-level scorer, not afraid to take it to the bucket. One of the things that Tatum can flush it, but sometimes, every now and then, just from what one of his things is he might go not so strong to the basket, trying to look for the contact to get the foul and then don't get the foul and then, putting us in bad situations where Jaylen Brown is taking that motherfucker to the hole.
Yeah.
On top of that, he's made improvements with his handle. Handle got a lot better, and the defensive tenacity. I like that dog mindset, and for a team that thrives on being gritty, like the Boston Celtics, much like the city. You got to bring that defensive tenacity. So I got to give the edge to Jaylen Brown. He's come a long way.
No, he has. Every season, he's always improved, and he's one of the few players that I actually looked at the draft, like when he was drafted, and said, okay, I like his answer. Everybody always says, oh, I want to be the best player, right? But I got a vibe from him. Like, no, he really does mean it. And it shows. I told you, and I told a bunch of people this. I look at this duo as Kobe Bryant and T-Mac. They actually tried to team up before, where T-Mac was supposed to come to the Lakers. And I would have seen this. Like, this very same thing. T-Mac was more talented than Kobe Bryant. He's taller, more athletic. Like, he can score the ball just as well. Like, you have all that same thing, but that dog mindset, that work ethic that Kobe brought, I think JB has that. I'm not saying JT does not work hard. Don't get me wrong. But JB has that dogged vibe to him. So I do think JB might be your more dependable player, more talented player. JT, I understand why you were kind of hesitant initially. It's a tricky subject. Like, one game I'm saying JT, the other one I'm saying JB. You know what I mean? It's a flip-floppy type situation. But I do get that, though. But if you had to choose one to get you over the hump against these Warriors, though, who would it be?
I've still got it. Well, in this instance, I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. First off, shout out to Jaylen Brown. He got that alpha dog badge on, 2K. So that's what's up. But I would say Jason Tatum, if he can harness, he already has the elite, physical talents as well, because he's got to be at least 6'9". So if he can bring that Jaylen Brown mentality to that his defensive approach, that's gonna get us over the hump. That in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely JT that'll get you over the hump for the Warriors. So don't get me wrong, JB played consistent for you guys in the finals. It was his turnovers that were the issue. You said that he improved his handle a lot. That a lot is kind of what I'm looking at. Like, I'm trepidatious on giving him the a lot part of that statement, but like in terms of his handles improve, okay, I might be able to say that. In terms, it's more so the degree into which they've improved. So I can see Jaylen Brown doing what he did last season, which again is consistent. It's going to be Jason Tatum. Like I said, he has T-Mac like ability, and T-Mac was more talented than Kobe. Kobe was more dogged mindset. So, like you said, if Jason Tatum can bring that dogged mindset, or have more of a dogged mindset like Jaylen Brown, those two can get you over the hump. So, I mean, I definitely wholeheartedly agree with that. So, I mean, you guys are looking pretty nice. I can't lie to you. Rob Williams came back. Al Horford's coming back. Like, you guys are looking pretty solid. You're still one of the favorites in the league. So, I wouldn't be mad if I'm a Celtics fan right now. I wouldn't be mad if I'm a Celtics fan right now. So, but we gonna I appreciate that, Mark, and you know what? I hope that you guys have a crappy rest of the season. I'm still a Lakers fan, people. We gotta keep it. We gotta be consistent with this now. It ain't the rivals, unfortunately. Not they are, but they are at the same time. It is what it is. But I just wanted your thoughts on that. One. Now, Mark, I got a question for you. Did you by chance watch the JSU NC Central game?
I got a little bit of the clips, man. I'm a busy guy, so finals and semester just ended, and I've been busy. So yeah, I got to see some of it. But yeah.
So let me ask you this. Right? What was your initial thoughts on Dion leaving Jackson State?
Okay, I gotta be 100% brutally honest. At first, I was like, damn, man, like, really, though? Not to mention, one of his choices was to come to my university, which is University of South Florida. So I was salty he chose Colorado. But him just leaving anyway, I was initially a little salty just because it's like you had a platform in the stuff that you were doing for the community, the HBCUs and stuff like that. It hadn't been done before. And I feel like, when you get that platform, if you would have stayed maybe a little bit longer, to where we're more HBCUs are getting that exposure, and you start to see more of a spotlight there. And then he said, hey, my work is done, I'm out of here. I can respect that. I still respect his decision, because he's a grown-ass man. He's gonna do what he's gonna do, right? But I just think if he would have stayed a little bit longer, based on his impact in only one season, he could have had a multiplier effect.
Okay. When I hear everyone talking, right, I hear both sides. You wanted Dion to stay, and then I also understand Dion wanting to leave. You can make more of an impact potentially from like the college stance at Colorado. Now, when Dion got to Jackson State, I think people kind of had that LeBron James joining the Heat moment, where he didn't necessarily say, I'm staying, we're not going to win not one, not two, not three, all the way to 8 championships. But I feel like people still got that vibe. Like, that's what they were hoping for. So now we're here, and he's leaving. And it's like, dang, that's tough, bro. Like, because to be fair, if he brought the entire SWAC conference up to the ranks where it's like now it's battling those Power 5 conferences, like those big name schools, like the Alabamas, the Georgias, the USC Nows, you know what I'm saying? Like those schools, I think his legacy is so much bigger. But if you go to Colorado, who was like 1-11, I believe, last season, terrible. You know what I'm saying? And you turn them around to now you're battling Georgia. Well, I think you're still improving your legacy. I don't remember Colorado really being a top tier school like that. So he's at least helping his legacy. And I don't know, bro. Like, preparing your players, I think if you think of short term right now, preparing like his son, preparing Travis to go to NFL, you need to go to Colorado. Like, you're not going to be able to get out of that black conference. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to go somewhere in that type of. And I guess the big name schools where you're going up against the top tier talent, you're getting the best equipment to help train. Like, that's my personal opinion. So I understand why they left. I also understand why Jackson State fans are like, damn, y'all left us. Like, it is tough, but he had to leave.
Yeah, but think about this, though. In terms of his sons, they got everything that they need. Deion Sanders can pay for the best equipment, the best trainers, and all. So they don't.
But see, you're asking like Deion to go out of pocket now to do like.
No, I'm talking about for his son. So that the whole thing about, you know, that's mitigating when you're a millionaire and you come from a millionaire household. You know what I mean? It's not like he's, you know, boy down the street from a village. I mean, you know, a little town or something like that. And now with the presence of Deion and all this other shit, they're getting more money and boosters and stuff for the school, so they can get that better equipment. Shador and all of them, they can get that whenever. You get what I'm saying? It's a little different there. My thing is this: with him going to Colorado, that's great. But then think about that. Still, you're not gonna have so many people still flocking to Colorado because you're still gonna be competing for the talent pool. But
you're going to be coached by prime time though. Again, it's an allure that I get to be coached by Deion Sanders. Like, okay, bet. Like, and you know you're gonna get coverage. You know, like, you're gonna be popular. And now you're talking about NIL deals. That's gonna help out. Like, going to Colorado now might be a bigger destination. Like, it might be a little more popular. Like tell me right now, Mark, as a wide receiver or really any player right now, take yourself back to high school, right? And you're going to college and Colorado is calling you prime time. His first year, he calling you. You mean to tell me you're not gonna step into you're not gonna take that visit and be like, all right, prime, I might rock with you. You know what I mean?
In my opinion, you'll take the visit, but just because it like it's something, you know what I mean? It's just like no different than, you know, you're a regular girl in the club and somebody, you know what I mean, they pick your ass to come sit in VIP. Like, what? Hey, you know, they're a famous guy, some shit like that. I get that. My thing is this. You know, there's 11 different positions on the each side of the football field, right? So if I'm a defensive back, yeah, Colorado may make sense because you know you're going to be getting somebody that did it at the top tier level. Whereas if you're maybe a linebacker, maybe, you know, running back, something like that, then you'll still try to go to some of the other schools because they already have that traditional infrastructure built. So for instance, when it comes to offensive linemen, people look to the Wisconsins. You know, why? Because it's institutionalized. At a certain point, they get that reputation for a reason. So therefore, they're able to attract talent that, you know, codifies them, you know, as the top tier at those positions. So I'm with you. I feel like, you know, Deion, that's a good, you know, a good destination. But I feel like a kid should think about it a little bit more. You know, just because of Deion, that's great. But if I'm an offensive lineman, getting coached by primetime, that's nice, but does he really know more than, you know what I mean, some of these other people that maybe have coached professionally? And then, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. So it's going to have an impact, but I don't, like what he was doing for the, you know, HBCUs, that, to me, that was more of an impact to the culture and his own legacy versus, you know, unless Colorado wins, you know, a national championship. Now, if they do that, that will make everything all make sense in the end.
That's what I'm saying. He's playing for his legacy either way. It's just a matter of, okay, do you play for the culture and make yourself like a more popular entity amongst the black community, or do you make a name for yourself as primetime, the coach? Like, because you're gonna get your name, you're gonna get recognition as a coach regardless. But it's just, all right, the culture might not rock with you as much. You go, oh, you did it in Colorado, that's cool. But I mean, it's not an HBCU. So I mean, I do hear it. I do get the trepidation. I do understand where you're coming from. Real quick, how do you think Travis Hunter and Shador are going to do when they go to Colorado?
I think they're gonna do all right, man. I think at first it's gonna be a whole lot. It's gonna be a lot of coverage, so it's gonna be a little bit of added pressure. And I think about it analogous to when people come to play for the New York Yankees. It's just that added pressure. So some people might gravitate to the spotlight. So I feel like this first year, it'll tell us everything we need to know.
Let me ask you this, because they threw a wonderful touchdown. They looked like a solid duo in that fourth quarter against Central in the championship game. Now, if you had to choose one, right? You got to choose one. Gun at your head. Who you think going to wilt under pressure first? Is it going to be Travis, number one recruit? You go to HBCU where the talent might not be better. You do well. Or is it Shedeur where, again, you're in a similar situation. You're not the number one recruit, but you do well at HBCU. And you're also Primetime's son. You know what I mean? Like, which one do you think is going to wilt under pressure first?
Bro, I know I can't even say. I'd probably try to fight the gunman. I don't want to wish pressure on nobody. But, I mean, bro, it just, honestly, that's something that I got to look more in depth too. It's easy to play, easier to play on the HBCU level. But when, like you said, you got all of these other added pressures on, some people can turn it on, some people can't. So that's something that's yet to be evaluated for me.
Okay. I got you. I think if I had to pick one over the other, it might be Shedeur, just because, one, you're going up against different competition. There's different coverages that you're going to see. Whereas, like, Travis just running to catch the ball. He played defense, too, don't get me wrong. Travis just running to catch the ball. Like, that's what he's been doing his entire career. Yes, so has Shedeur. But the QB is the harder position to play.
So I got you there. I got you there.
And that's what I think Shedeur.
Yeah, but he's primetime son.
But I hear you.
He played cornerback, though, so what better person to really teach you about coverages, right? Like, so sometimes you'll find out. One of the I'm losing my train of thought. Because he's primetime son, dude plays cornerback, Hall of Fame cornerback. So he actually can teach him more about coverages than, you get what I'm saying? Because he's on the defensive side of the ball.
Let me ask you this. How did you view Steve Nash? Like, did you like Steve Nash as a coach?
I'm a Celtics fan.
I'm just talking about as a coach. I'm not saying were you rooting for them to win. Did you like him as a coach?
Yeah, because it meant more wins for us. But but I get where you're going with it. But basketball's different, though. That's what I'm saying. So, for instance, right, I'm a cornerback. Because he played in all of those different coverages, he can teach and got the benefit of teaching his son. I mean, you got unfettered access to your son. You know what I mean? Hey, man, let me just show you this. He can show him his own film. That's NFL film. He can break down shit to him that, like, okay, well, if it wasn't his son, maybe he doesn't really have to break it down to him. Yes, it's in their interest to do it, but he has that already, those bonds and that communication line always open. Like, he can't call just a random coach at like 12 in the morning, maybe. His dad just ring line away. Hey, I'm looking at this. Look, help me do this.
Right. I hear that.
That's why I don't know about that one.
I just think when I look at, for example, like Mike D'Antoni, kind of bringing it to like the Steve Nash reference I was saying earlier, I would think that, Steve Nash would be a tremendous coach because he could learn from the mistakes of Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni was an offensive guru. Like, that's the picture that's been painted, right? He ain't teach defense worth a damn. But if you think about it, though, if you're an offensive guru, you should be able to teach defense as well because you know how to beat defenses. So that means you should know how to play defense. You should know how to coach defense. So for Shedeur, Primetime, did his thing in NFL, and he can pick his brain a little bit about that. But like you said, QB and cornerback are different positions, just like how the offensive lineman or the defensive lineman is different than the cornerback. So if you're a DB, you know what I'm saying? Like that like you said, that works well, but like you can pick from his brain. But there will be there's certain things like primetime cannot teach Shedeur. So that's why I say, like, because of that, because he's primetime's son, I gotta lean it on Shedeur as who, well, I guess, fall under pressure first. Like Travis is younger, I believe, too. So like Travis at least has, okay, I'm the younger player. Like, I got time. Shedeur, I know folks who want to see if Shedeur can make it to the NFL next year, like for next year's draft. So I don't know. It seems like more pressure would be on Shedeur. But
let me say one more point though about that. When I say pick, Deion Sanders' brain, is this one of the most effective things about a quarterback is not turning the ball over. So
right.
If you're being taught all of these extra coverages or what to look out for from somebody that's Hall of Fame, right? So at the very least, you can be an effective bus driver. You know how many effective bus drivers are in the NFL making?
You can know what not to do. Be a solid game manager. I see what you mean.
Yeah, if that's all he becomes, he's gonna get drafted. Some team is gonna pay him premium money because at the end of the day, if you don't turn the ball over, you can lean on the run game, or you can lean on your defense, or you can, hey man, let's do a West Coast offense. Let's some dump passes, some curl concepts, this, that, and the third. But if you're not turning the ball over, because okay, your dad taught you, okay, when I see the safety, rolling down, okay, this is like they're about to stack the box. Let me RPO, something like that, right? That stuff is something that's way more effective than, hey man, let me just launch the ball, Jamarcus Russell. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like where that stuff right there, will be able to elevate him where the pressure's kind of off.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, there is a saying, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And if you feel ready, you don't feel pressure. You really feel pressure when you don't feel prepared. So I do understand you on that. Having Deion does help him out. I just know too, man, having that name on you hurts you. Like, look at Bronny, for example. He got his name. Even Braun said he hates that he gave him his name. Like that added pressure. That's why I'm factoring in. But I do hear you on that too. It's a gift and a curse to have Deion as your dad. So I do feel you on that. I do feel you on that one though. But that was like, it was a good game overall. I'm happy for Deion, happy for Shedeur and Travis. Wishing the best for everybody in all the situations. Happy for the HBCUs too, because they got some more recognition. So hopefully that keeps going forward. Hey, bro, it already is. I think I saw something on Facebook with,
shout out to King Griffey Jr. He's putting together like a swingman classic to get exposure for HBCU baseball players and stuff like that. So, I mean, he definitely, sparked the conversation of what he did. So, all of us, tip of the cap to Deion.
Facts. Like, either way, his legacy is going to be good in the Black community. At least it should be. And if folks think differently, I feel like you're a hater. But that's just me, though. That's just me. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But keeping on football, right? Keeping on football, balls. Did you peep the Vikings 33-point comeback? Like, yo,
somebody betting on the games, bro. Somebody gotta be betting on the goddamn game. Ain't no way on God's green earth. On God's green earth. I'm talking like, God, verdant, lush, green earth that's being ruined by global warming, but that's a different conversation. That you are up 33-0 and you do jack shit this whole second half. You just mailed it in. Like, you literally, like, somebody need to be investigated. I'm sorry. Get the FBI, get the DEA, get everybody down there. Because that hell no. And then Matt Ryan, get your eyes checked, man. Get your eyes checked.
Yeah, like
this need to be your last game, your last season. You should donate your check. That's what you should do. Donate your game check.
Here's the crazy thing. So again, like I said, down 30 or up 33-0. Like, I looked at the score, Mark. I have Kirk Cousins on my fantasy team, so I was quite pissed at the time. I was livid to the point where, bro, I turned off. No, I'm sorry. The game was still on, but like, I was not watching it. I was turning on TV. Like, I was working on the edits. You know what I mean? And then I look back, and lo and behold, these boys have come back. I look at the fantasy app. Kirk Cousins is in the 30s now. I'm like, hey, yo, like, that's crazy. Like, that's insane. Let me ask you this. what's the bigger headline though? The collapse of the Colts, the comeback of the Vikings, or the fact that the Vikings were down 33-0 to begin with?
Bingo. I'll address it I'll rank it A, B, and C. A, the fact that they were down 33-0, and this is a playoff team. Second seed. This is a playoff team. And they're getting literally bent over and paddled with an oak club. Like, they, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, took them out back to the woodshed. When they mean that, when they say that, that's what they was talking about, the Vikings. They didn't look like Vikings then. Right? So then
they got pillaged.
Yeah, they was getting pillaged. Yeah, bent over and pillaged.
So look. So then, because I think, to be fair now, right? Like, I know Justin Jefferson went down for a quick second during that
He a monster though. Shout out Justin Jefferson.
Nah, he is. But they have a whole bunch of monsters though, bro. They got Dalvin Cook, they got Thielen, and they got Hawkinson, who, mind you and I talked about.
We did
on the trade a couple months ago. So it's like they got all of that. They were able to come back. Again, I hear you on them being down 33-0. But does this now scare some teams though? Because again, you're down 33-0. Like, you cannot overlook that. But you beat that team. Like, you literally said, all right, we spotted you 33. Now let's go. And it's from the third quarter, like until the overtime. Like, what? That's why.
So let me drop some real science. I'm talking like biology, geology, all that shit. I'm about to drop science. The reason why no one is still scared of this, because they were playing the Colts. They'll be playing other playoff caliber teams that, you know what I mean? That's not gonna happen. Think about this. It's not every day that teams get blown out in the NFL due to parity sake. Due to parity sake. So there's no, like, that's why this is like one in a million things. You know what I mean? It's like one in a million of this type of thing happening. Even though, you know, we thrashed them not too long ago. Look,
40-3,
yeah, something like that.
I think that was an anomaly too. I think if y'all rematch that, it'll be much closer. I don't know who wins, but
we're not healthy right now. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking about healthy.
Oh, healthy. I was
y'all not listen, Mark. I don't care what you say. You're not waxing them 40-3 again. I would bet my life savings.
I say 40-15. If
that's
we all
very
healthy,
disrespectful. Again,
we can put 40 burgers up on any team,
and they can put a 30-40 piece on any
they were
team.
playing the first off. Look, they were playing the Colts.
I'm not basing it off the Colts though. Again, I just listed off their team. Again, Justin Jefferson.
I'm listening.
Cook, Dalvin Cook, Thielen. Is it Adam Thielen?
Yeah.
Thielen. And then Hawkinson, TJ Hawkinson. Your main issue might be the defense and then primetime Kirk Cousins. But Kirk has actually been playing well. So I don't know. Like, that's a
bro, this is what the reason is, bro, is the fact that, what this kind of shows is that there's an extreme issue with the first half play calling, right? So if your team say, you know, all right, I'm Dallas and we headed for a rematch, it seems that their coach has a script of you know, listed plays that's going to happen for the first half. And if we know that already and we start getting in that ass, then we know we got for a whole half, we in that ass. So what I'm saying is that's when you go balls to the wall, right? So then that's the strat. So yes, they've shown you know, ability to make adjustments, but you got to think. First, they're playing, again, I like to look at the team that they're playing, because we award flowers and all this other stuff based on, well, who are you playing, right? They're playing a shell, like Russian nesting dolls, shell of Matt Ryan, right?
I get it.
They got Jeff Saturday. Hey, I mean, a legendary
let's not be
offensive lineman.
Jeff Saturday. I rock with Jeff Saturday.
I know, let me just say this, though.
Let's not.
No, look, what I'm trying to say is, that he's still a first time coach. He might be better off, honestly, maybe, you know, doing some, you know, coaching the offensive lineman, doing something else. But he's learning on the job. So if you got a veteran who really, I don't know, maybe he has astigmatism, cataracts, something. He has something going on, right? So you got that going on, right? Then you got a head coach trying to figure it out all on the fly. Then you got Jonathan Taylor, who's really kind of banged up. You have to scheme, like you usually have to scheme, right? But
Right.
then you see that they make no adjustments. There's not a lot of playoff caliber teams in the NFL that are going to make no adjustments.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Because they only realistically have to worry about a couple. I'm just keeping a stack with you. So out of the teams that look like can still make the playoffs, I'm gonna just list off the team. Tell me if the Vikings can beat them realistically. Okay.
All right.
49ers.
Oh yeah, they Vikings game. They brute smoke. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said they.
Nah, they not beating even with the quarterback.
Okay.
They got too many weapons right now.
Tampa Bay.
Yes, they can beat Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, they suck right now.
Okay, cool. So we already know you said they can't beat your Cowboys. Giants.
Man, that can go either way.
Okay, how about Commanders?
Fuck the Commanders. I don't even care if they had all Hall of Fame. Nah.
All right, Seahawks.
I feel like that's one of those things where if they come out flat, the Vikings come out flat, they might find themselves in the pickle. But if they come out Kirk Cousins throwing and slinging a rock, all of that, they fine.
Okay. We'll have to figure out where the Lockett's playing, and I know he's injured. I forget the severity though, but I have to double check on that one. And the Lions.
Don't sleep on the Lions, man.
It's interesting because again, we said TJ needs to leave them, and then when they're traded, like they're doing pretty well, and that's without Stafford and TJ. So that's interesting to note. Green Bay and the Panthers.
They can beat Green Bay.
Okay, how about my Panthers?
Yeah, bro, you ain't even gotta ask me. Y'all need a rebuild.
I just asked because look, those are the teams. I'm not gonna ask the Saints and the Falcons because that's not realistic. But well, actually, maybe it is. Like if they win again, we lose. You know what I mean? That could be something like. But okay, so you don't have much faith in the Vikings. That's fair. Like I said, I think they are arguably the best offense in the league. I said arguably again. On the weapons they have. You want to talk about the O-line and also that's cool. I'll hear you out. You want to talk about the quarterback? I understand the quarterback trepidation. I list off the weapons. You give me any top tier quarterback, they're winning the champion. They're winning the Super Bowl with those weapons. I promise. Give Patrick Mahomes the Vikings weapons right now. I promise you, they're winning easily. So that's why I say they arguably have the best offense in the game. But offense sells tickets. Defense wins championships or Super Bowls, however you call it. So their defense is not the best because again they did allow 33 points in the
33 points.
So I mean, to a Colts team who's not really the best, they are third in the
they are garbage
in their conference. So you know we do gotta note that. But I did want your take on that one, though, Mark. I did want your take on that one. So, but I greatly do appreciate this, though, Mark. We definitely gonna have to do this again sometime, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you all enjoyed the highlights. It's a new segment, so hope you all stay tuned. But definitely enjoy the holidays. Mark, enjoy the holidays, my boy. We will definitely wrap some more. Hope you all have a good one. Take care.
All right.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, kid.